We are here in Washington, D.C., where President Joe Biden wrapped up his last White House Tribal Leader Summit,
where he was praised as a friend of Indian country.
It's been really wonderful to work with this administration.
I think he's great.
We want to say from all of us, we want to say miigwech.
Interior Secretary Deb Haaland, the first Native American to hold the post, perhaps best summed up the feeling in the room.
President Biden has been the best president for Indian country in my lifetime. And I felt the best way for us to acknowledge that was with a blanket. This is an 8th generation blanket from a tribally owned business, and I've had it embroidered. It says Joe Biden, champion for Indian country 2021 to 2024.
The president looked back at his time in office.
An honor of a lifetime to usher in a new era of tribal sovereignty and self-determination. A new era grounded in dignity and respect. We have a lot to be proud of, I think. We've gotten a lot done. From day one, my administration, we've worked to include Indigenous voices in everything we do. Not only the first Native American cabinet secretary in history, more than 80 Native Americans now serve in senior roles across my administration.
Tribal leaders voiced strong support for the president.
One of the things I think about when it comes to President Biden is just his leadership, his advocacy for Indian country in terms of being accessible and all his staff. As you can tell today, we have a summit that's well attended from all tribal nations all across the country. And one of the other things I think about is just the time he gives to meet with us, whether it's his secretaries, his deputy secretaries, the executive orders that he signed, and the dollars that are being allocated out.
He was a good president. He was a quiet president, a dignified president that his actions spoke real strongly towards Indian country. He recognized tribal sovereignty. He acknowledged many things, such as the boarding school wrong. He started it out with an apology, and that's the first step in healing.
In October, I saw many of you in Arizona. It's a day I'll never forget. On behalf of the American people, I felt it was really important for a President of the United States to stand up and right a wrong. I apologize for the federal Indian boarding school era, a dark chapter that spanned 150 years in which entire generations of Native children were literally stolen from their families and tribes and sent away to boarding school.
The president also touched on the historic number of co-management pacts signed between tribes and federal agencies and unprecedented levels of funding targeted to Indian country. And of course, the looks back were twinned with the look forward.
We can certainly be proud of the Biden-Harris administration for their work to acknowledge tribal sovereignties. We hope this next administration honors tribal sovereignty and looks to us for some creative solutions for our future generations, because working together is something that's critically important for all of us who reside here in the United States.
In Washington, D.C., I'm Jourdan Bennett-Begaye, ICT.